9-2. We had contributions from everyone today that helped us win this basketball game against a good Bowling Green team. I don't think their record is indicative of how good they are. They just recently beat Marquette, Arkansas, Xavier, and we're on a 4-game winning streak. They're well coached, they're a very old group, they're very connected, and they were really concerning to us because they out-rebound their opponents by about 7. And so we really challenged our kids that if we're going to take a next step, that we have to do a much better job of rebounding the ball offensively and defensively, and we did that tonight by out-rebounding them by 10. But that's got to be a consistent thing as we go into the Atlantic 10. But we're very happy to be 9-2 and have the contributions that we had today without Journey the Jet, Kiyako being able to go today.
Dan, you don't have water, what gives? No, all jokes aside,
Yeah.
It's Ange finally had that breakthrough that I know that you're really looking for on so many aspects. It wasn't just one stat, it was consistently. Just how can a game like this just get her going as you prepare for that second season?
That's exactly, you kind of answered your own question. She needed to have a game like this where she could go 4 for 8 from the three-point line and had career highs in rebounding with 9 and points with 20. Her brother and sister just got here 2 days ago, and I thought that gave her a lot of peace. She's from 4,000 miles away, roughly, and she's very close with her brother and her sister, and I'm so happy for her that she was able to have that kind of performance in front of them. I know that family is everything to her, and so I'm as happy for her as I am for the win and for our team.
It seems like every game now Keandra's getting some kind of career high. Just how does that show not just how she's found confidence within herself and her game, but just really the work since the off season to build towards this?
Well, she worked on her body, and she's really worked on being able to lengthen her stride and have greater flexibility, and she's a good athlete. And Keandra today had 15 points, but I think she had really timely 3-point shots. And she's a very hard guard because she's effective in the block with her back to the basket. And like I tell her in practice, every time she shoots the ball from the arc, I think it's going in. There's 2 players in particular on our team. When they shoot it, I believe it's going to go in every single time, and that's her and Meg McConnell. She also, in a game that is hard to officiate because of the amount of contact that's going in, took a couple charges that were really timely. And she had 3 fouls, and we knew that the other young lady on the opposite team had 3 fouls, and I inserted her, and I prayed that she would be able to get that charge, and she did a great job with doing that to pick up the post player 32's 4th foul. But Keandra provides a lot of high quality minutes for us every single game.
Meg McConnell woke up and got a triple-double, as you would like to say, Dan, times for the 4th one. Just what's it like just now? It seems like this is almost like the expectation in a sense, just seeing how she's been able to bring it so many different statistics in so many ways. She's a McConnell, but just what did she show you today, Dan?
It was a good day. I think that's the Ice Cube reference also. Yeah, Meg woke up, messed around and got another triple-double. What more could you say about Meg McConnell? You can say that she's the best basketball player in the city of Pittsburgh. You could say that she is now, with Corey Halede, as one of the best basketball players that's ever played at Duquesne. You can't deny what her stats have said and how she has taken our program from when we didn't have a gym and we had tons of injuries, from 5 to 11 to 19 to 21 to what this magical season is becoming. And that's because of Meg.
Obviously, they have a lot of prolific scorers on their side. Just defensively, for the most part, what were you happy with just seeing how, for the most part, even though some points were there, just the standard never wavered and there was just a lot of really good growth on that end of the court today?
And that's one thing. Let's understand, we led for more than 39 minutes of this game, and most of that was by double digits. I thought that they looked skittish and were concerned about our pressure early. And when their best player, number 1, Velasco, I hope I say her name right, had to go out of the game, I thought that they got a little discombobulated because she is their leader. She's their version of Meg. She plays 39 minutes every single game. And so when she had to go out because of foul trouble, that certainly benefited us. I think very highly of Fred, their coach, and they're a connected old team, and they've coming off some really big wins, and so are we. And I'm just really happy how we played defensively for 3 quarters, and really 3.5 quarters. You know, we got to the 4th quarter, and they hit a couple really long threes, and we could have defended in the post. I don't know what we could have done in the post once she caught it, because I thought she displaced Keandra in a couple possessions. I also thought that we were late firing, which is going to double it with Ramey, and so we made a couple miscues there. But we needed a game like this where we could call a timeout, advance the ball, and see if we could run some sets and get to the free throw line. And this is a good game for us to go into the conference with.
You shared before earlier in the season about how Frank has helped you with being the substitution coordinator. In a game like this where fouls are really prevalent on both sides of the court, how much more locked in do you have to be in that, or do you not have to be because you have that depth and you can figure it out?
Well, you know, 40 minutes before the game start, that's when the decision was to shut Journey down for this day. So we had prepped for Journey to start. My game card had Journey to start, and we script out the lineup through 2 quarters. And it doesn't always go, the substitution pattern doesn't always go that way because someone gets hot or someone doesn't. And so we had to scrap that substitution pattern that we had. And today was a little bit on the fly. I thought Faith Walker was outstanding for us. And you know, for a lot of this game, we had 2 and 3 freshmen on the floor. And Faith really gave us good minutes. At times, Nadia was good, but Nadia was rushing things early. And Fatu did the same thing. They rushed instead of letting the game come to them a little bit. Mac, she rushed it too. Her first 2 shots were air balls, but then she came back and was 3 for 6 and much better. Today was a real team victory because, you know, you look at Ramey, and Ramey had 2 points, but she had 3 offensive rebounds, and I thought she did a really good job defensively, other than the one time when she didn't fire. So a very good team win with, you know, multiple efforts from everyone. We only turned them over 18 times, which I was a little bit disappointed in, but we had more than 40 deflections, and so felt good about that.
You go into this second season 9-2. You mentioned that in your opener. Even though it's 30, 40 minutes after the game, if hopefully you can have some perspective on just what you're happiest with in this first season as you go into your second.
I'm happy that we have our health, and we have a great locker room that is really committed to each other. We have some very diverse and different people in that locker room, and some with strong opinions, and there's a great amount of respect for one another. And it might be the best locker room that I've been associated with in my 18 years at Duquesne. We have outstanding leaders in Keandra Brown and Gabby Hutchinson, Journey Kiaku, and Meg. And I'm thankful for our coaching staff. I think Vanessa has done a great job. This is the lowest amount of points that we've scored. And I think, you know, Coach Vanessa Abel has done a great job as our offensive coordinator. I think our whole staff has adapted to what this vision of how we're playing is going to be, where we're going to press on every make and miss. And this is different. Not a lot of people play this way. And I'm thankful for our staff to really embrace this along with our players. We're going to celebrate Merry Christmas. We're going to celebrate Christmas and enjoy the holidays together. I have a bunch of them coming to my house on the 24th for a grand party, which I'm really excited about. French Guiana to Ivory Coast to Senegal to Serbia, France. We're going to have a lot of fun, and then we'll be back on the 26th to get to work with Davidson. Thank you for supporting women's basketball. Merry Christmas.